You're watching PTV.
I want my PTV.
You're watching PTV.
From the San Francisco Bay Area, it's time for PTV Live. And now, here are the stars of PTV Live: Arnie, Doug, Ben, and Sherry.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to PTV Live. I'm Arnie.
I'm Doug.
I'm Ben.
I'm Sherry.
And if Sherry is officially retired.
Yeah. I got to hear all about it on Saturday.
Congratulations, Sherry.
Thank you.
So what are you going to do squandering your time with?
Well, somebody asked me about that, and it's like, I really don't feel retired yet. It probably won't hit me until everybody starts going back to work the end of July, 1st of August.
That makes sense.
Okay, because you're not leaving.
I'm just on
This is a standard summer break for
summer
her.
break, yeah.
But there's no better summer break than an eternal summer break.
Well, if you can call it that.
Yeah, no heat, though. No heat.
Yeah.
And
We're
everyone...
not going to have any heat this week here in Oakland. It's supposed to really be mild.
As a matter of fact, tomorrow they're forecasting thunder showers.
I already heard of thunder covers on the Blackstone stuff, and I heard a rumble, and I didn't know it was one of the fart cars down the street. It wasn't. It was literally, I heard. So, no, we have some jackass that has their little rumbly little car, motorcycle or something that makes way too much noise. So juvenile.
Yeah.
I wish ill on people.
Oh, wow. Well, everyone, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We really appreciate spending time with you on Monday nights. I know I always look forward to it.
I have no choice, so...
My voice is a little funny tonight, but...
I noticed it this afternoon when I was talking to you. What's going on?
He's puking again.
I puked again last night.
Oh, Arnie.
Yeah, a little nausea, and so it was a rough night, but you know what? I'm doing okay. My voice just gets affected by that, and I don't know why. It just does. But
Well,
you know what? It'll pass.
Because everything passes through your throat. That's why.
Yeah, it did get a little tender there last night. So,
Yeah.
but I'm doing okay. You know, it happens. And, you know. Sherry, everyone's saying congratulations.
I think she can read.
Thank you. Yeah.
Well, she could read, except she's busy crafting already.
No.
Yeah. You know, she's always crafting.
Well, I have to get this stuff together for you guys, so I don't have you on camera all night long.
Yeah. By the way, we got together on Saturday, and we had a wonderful little party for Sherry. We had 20 some odd people here at the villa. And one of the things that we did was, I didn't know that, but I mixed a cocktail.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Paul is saying, so 3 months with Mo, Larry, and Curly there. Sherry will want to go back to work.
Oh, thanks a lot, Paul.
Sometimes I feel that way, Paul.
Am I supposed to work out?
Yeah. Yep, Mars right. It's the stomach acid burning your throat.
Yep.
Hallmark acid burns. It does. It doesn't feel good at all. But on Saturday when Sherry had her retirement party, I didn't know that I was going to be mixing a cocktail, but I did. I used this book here that Doug picked up at an estate sale.
An amazing estate sale.
Can you imagine that?
Yeah, it was
It was a hoarder's house or a collector, but they called it. The title said a hoarder's. And there was so much crap there. Oh, my God. I had to hurry it up, pick them up, because I had my chiropractor appointment in downtown. But, I mean, it was...
Shall I tell them about the estate sale my friend going to?
Yes,
please.
I would have gone to that one.
Oh, one of my coworkers who also retired, one of the teachers that retired at the same time.
Look at the audience, Sherry.
Hold on.
It's very, very rude.
Can't be bothered.
Okay.
No.
One of the teachers who retired at the same time I did went to lunch with his wife on Saturday or Friday. Friday.
Friday.
They went to lunch on Friday. And on the way to lunch, they saw this sign that said estate sale. So they took note of the address. And after lunch, they went up to the house, which was way, way up in the Berkeley Hills, to go to this estate sale just to see what it was, because they'd never been to an estate sale. The wait line to get into this house was 2 hours long. And they decided they were not going to wait, which they didn't, but they found out while they were, checking things out, that it was Rita Moreno's house. And I know she's lived here in Berkeley forever, but
Yeah, she's a Bay Area
Yeah,
resident
she's-
for a long, long time.
yeah. So it was really interesting. I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall to see what kinds of things they were selling on her estate sale.
I'm sure her toilet looks like everybody else's.
I think more people were just being nosy, not just to buy
the
any of her.
thing is that there probably wasn't. It was probably just furniture and stuff. Maybe some dishes. I don't see them selling anything more substantial than that, which is stuff you'd find at any regular estate sale.
So that was Sherry's friends that went to that estate sale. Doug went to another estate sale, and I wanted to bring it up. This Drinks of Hawaii. But I want to bring the cover to light. I want everyone to see this cover because the book was published in the early 70s.
Yeah, I believe it says 70.
And here at the bottom, you see a man and his wife. But the guy
is pinching her boobs.
Is ogling this Hawaiian woman.
Very offensive.
That is spying behind a glass. I mean, we actually went through oogling, ogling, or ogling. And according to my nephew-in-law, Matt, he said that the correct pronunciation is ogling. So that is what we're going with. He is ogling that Hawaiian woman.
The drinks are great, but the illustrations are even more offensive.
Drinks of Hawaii by Paul Dick. And he wrote this thing. It's got 100 recipes in it. And
are you kidding me?
Yeah, Dick.
His name is Paul Dick.
Paul Dick.
Oh,
the
poor
son
guy.
of a beach. Exotic cocktail mixes. Serve the best for less with no mess. No other cocktail
Lord.
Hawaii's most popular restaurant. And has an ugly I mean, it's just I wanted to buy more stuff. It's made in Hawaii. Printed in Hawaii. I have no my glasses.
So we're going to go ahead and mix a cocktail from this.
$2.75. Postage and handling included.
Yeah, from Diamond Head Publishers. We're going to go ahead and mix a cocktail from this.
He's in all kinds of precariously positions.
Yeah.
He's humping the chair. This is just great.
Enough.
He's passed out.
Mix the cocktail, Arnie.
Let's go with a cocktail.
Another one with a gun in his mouth.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Oh, it's great.
So this particular drink is called a Kalihi Kai, and this drink is sponsored by Cruising for Food. Thank you so much.
Wanda.
Thank you so much. Wanda's saying that's my kind of book. Thank you, Wanda, for sponsoring our cocktail every week. We really appreciate that. And
this one, Wanda, the Hawaiian one, has a Puerto Rican area, and Megan and I were going through it. Oh, it's really bad. It's how the food, how they use some of the ingredients, but they have literally a Spanish and cosmopolitan. Where's the mix? The Puerto Rican. Puerto Ricans could be. Oh, here it is. Oh, the book is completely falling apart. But the Puerto Rican place in Hawaii. And the ingredients and some of the list of food. Oh, it's best vintage cookbooks ever.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start mixing this cocktail. Go ahead. You can keep talking about the book.
No, it's falling apart. I'm trying to keep it cherished.
Has the alcohol changed in all these years, or is it the same?
Not really. And then there was another little, like, cells. This is done beautifully. Surf resorts. Actually, I just saw someone who worked at a surf resort. Some pretty pictures.
I'm going to go ahead and start by putting in the lemon juice since I've already got that squeezed from... Oh, went out and picked lemons from our tree in the backyard. It's really producing a lot of lemons right now. But in this case, I need to strain. I've got a strainer because I'm going to be double straining the drink when it comes time to pour the drink into the glass. There's a lot of pulp in this lemon juice as well as the pineapple juice. And so I start with an ounce of... Did I say? Yeah, it's a half ounce of lemon. Actually, I've got an ounce of lemon juice. I think that's what it's supposed to be. So.
Oh, I thought it was half ounce because it's very lemony.
No, but the cocktail actually calls for an ounce of lemon. So we'll go ahead and do the ounce of lemon. And as long as
here's another one. The guy has no pants. You can see the ass is a crack. But where is this one?
Doug, put the book down.
We're going to go ahead and put in half an ounce of pineapple juice.
You may have children watching this show.
There is no children.
Oh, yes, there are. Trust me.
Well, you know.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. Oh, I see Jim there.
Can we get some more sunshine, please?
Yes, he does want some more sunshine. Yeah, hello, Jim. So I'm going to put in 1/4 ounce of the grenadine. That's just to give it more or less color than anything else. Looks like cough syrup, actually.
Oh, that was colorful.
Yeah, it's very colorful. It changes it quite easily. Let's go ahead and go with the pog juice. This is 1.5 ounces of passion fruit, orange, and guava. And we're going to put this in the glass, too.
I can guarantee you they didn't have pog juice back in the 70s.
Oh my god, this is even more offensive. It's Buddha with a straw coming out of his belly button. Oh my gosh, this is just brilliant.
Doug,
And then finally,
put the book away.
let me go ahead and put in some of the liquor.
Why is he praying to the glass? I can pick out treasures. It's great. Is it still measuring?
Yes, it's a lot of
Well,
liquid
so much we're
juice.
gonna make my rum cake.
We're gonna have to get another bottle of this for your cake.
Goslings, yeah.
And so that's 1 ounce of the dark rum. Do you want to cover that? Thank you. And then 1 ounce of regular white or silver rum, and then that's
Putting these up here, I can't.
That's 1 ounce. So yeah, a lot of components to this drink. And there we go. Now, when I did this on Saturday, I actually had an audience as well. A lot of people.
You were eating it up. Gosh.
Some of the people, actually, we had a couple of people that follow us. They usually watch the show live.
Yeah, when they introduced us to the house. Do you have it here? When
I do.
Right when we Greg.
I do, but we'll do that during more crap delivery.
We're not talking about it.
No, not yet. But,
yes, I agree, Wanda. I agree.
Rum does make everything better. So I put it on. It's a nice tight seal. Let me put the cap on. I'll shake it up. Okay. This is a nice color.
Why is the other one yesterday on Saturday was all dirty?
What do you mean?
It was more not as pink.
Oh, I don't know. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and double strain this right into the glass. Can you see the strainer there?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a camera in front of me, so...
So, yeah, just a double strain. Okay.
We have a super chat that you need to acknowledge.
Okay.
Well, he's a little
well, let me
busy.
go ahead and finish off this pour. And
It's really hard, you guys. This is not easy to do.
Kalihi Kai.
There's all this button.
From this wonderful book that's pretty offensive. There you go. Go ahead and try that. And so that I can acknowledge that, it is right there. Very experiment.
It's a little
Congratulations.
it's perfect, but it's too lemony.
Too lemony?
Yeah, I think you messed it up.
Thank you, Jean.
Where is it?
I appreciate that.
I believe it's 1 ounce of lemon juice. No, page 18.
I don't have my glasses on.
Yeah, an ounce of lemon juice.
Yeah, we could say that. That's way too much.
You're also supposed... The recipe also calls for a float of 151 proof rum, but I didn't do that.
It needs that too to help
It's
kill.
really strong. It's a very strong rum. So I was feeling that on Saturday. Anyway, that is the Kalihi Kai, and it's a good thing that we've got that. We can go ahead and talk about our next little level of goodness here. The next segment, of course, is all about Hallmark Channel movies, and let's go ahead and talk about this week's installment.
One more offensive picture. This chick has her leg up on the table, and then the other woman is beating him with a purse. She has her leg hiked up.
So yeah,
That's
it's definitely from the 70s. Wanda said they don't sell 151 anymore. We have a bottle on our cart.
We do?
Yeah, it's a Cuisine.
I guess.
CRU.
Can never have enough rum.
So yeah. So journalist Trish is on back-to-back bridesmaid duty. She's going to be doing 3 weddings in 3 weeks for her best friends. Finding herself without a date, she pairs up with photographer Ryan, who happens to be the brother of her best friend.
Beardy guy was really tall.
Okay, now hold on. Before you go on, her best friend is one of the grooms that is going to be getting married. I was a little confused by the description because she says that she's the bridesmaid in 3 of her best friend's weddings. And then and then the description goes on to say that the brother of her best friend is going to be, it's really poorly worded.
Yeah.
Yeah, they neglect. You would assume she has 3 girlfriends, and she was the bridesmaid for all 3 girls. Not knowing one of those best friends was a boy.
Yeah.
She was going to be the bridesmaid for his wife. It was cool once you figured it out. Well, it took a while. She's a petite 5'3". He's 6'5". So beardy guy was super tall.
So yeah, when they were next to each other, he was a whole head taller than she was.
We're talking about Ryan the photographer.
Ryan the photographer.
Ryan the photographer.
And it ensued.
I
actually liked the movie in a way. It's sad.
Ben was watching it before us, and you said that you were 13 minutes in and you hated the film.
You know what? I did. But I'm like Doug. I was kind of like teetering on hating it and liking it at the same time. There were some parts of the film that I kind of liked, and then there were portions that I just couldn't stand. But overall, I wouldn't watch it again.
No, I liked it with the fact where they actually took one of them and said, "We're not doing this wedding. Not always everything is perfect. We start realizing a little bit more about ourselves and realizing that this is not." So they threw reality in there, if you can call that reality. I just liked how they were moving things around.
There were twists and turns in the film. Sherry, did you see it?
No.
Okay.
She was too busy retiring this weekend.
I know. She's just giving up on Hallmark.
I actually watched an older movie.
Well,
that Tom had on, and I really liked it, but I don't even remember the name of it. It was about a woman who worked for a veterinary, and then started making a veterinarian, and then started making blessing bracelets.
Oh, okay.
It was really good.
Well, wedding season, it was one of those films that you don't have to watch again. It was okay. It wasn't great, but it wasn't just plain awful.
No.
But it's
I walked away from it thinking it was like a 3.5 crowns.
We gave it about 4. 4 crowns.
I was
Because it wasn't quite middle of the road. It was just a little under that.
Yeah, I was almost giving it 5, and then toward it.
But it went up a little bit higher at the end to 4 because of how it ended. So yeah, they treated the whole thing very well. The storyline, it was a nice little twists and turns there for a bit. So yeah,
the whole twist in the film in the movie was that this woman who was going to be the bridesmaid for all 3 weddings was writing an article based on all those 3 weddings and how her friends went from high school to marriage and how everything wound up there. The thing that I really actually appreciated about one scene in this movie was the editor of the magazine who pushed back on this girl who said, "Oh, I can't do this story anymore." And she says, "Oh, but you will." In reality, that was the right call. The editor had assigned her first piece.
It was a first major article.
It was going to be a feature. And you can't say no to that. And the fact that it had such a good angle, even a wedding getting canceled is a good part of the story.
But I was thinking also about the angle of that boss. She wasn't overbearing. She wasn't rude. She was
she was very,
she was strong
she was
and
nasty,
honest about it.
But in a, I'm motivated nasty, as in I'm giving you this, and no, you're not gonna cop out. So in a way, I kind of liked it. She wasn't like super nasty boss. She was just a very hyper-driven nasty boss.
But she wasn't nasty about it.
No, I mean, she wasn't ugly. I mean, there was just, I don't know. I actually didn't mind her and her little attitude.
But I did like, the picture that I've got there is of the character Ryan. He's on a motorcycle.
And of course he was on a soap opera for 362 episodes for Days of Our Lives.
Yes. But the thing is that she said, "Oh, of course. You're riding a bike?" And he said, "Yeah." And she says, "Of course you are."
Of course you are. So yes, he was on soap operas for Days of Our Lives.
But yeah, it was an okay film.
And now he's drinking Hallmark juice.
Yeah, it's nothing that I'd go watch again, but it was okay.
Next week they're in Greece. Then the week after that is a Jewish type movie called The Contract. And I don't know what the 4th one. So they're all going to have their wedding.
Yeah,
thing.
it's definitely wedding season on Hallmark Channel. So we've got other films to see. This was the first of the series in June for wedding season. So we'll see what happens. But Christmas in July is coming, so we're looking.
I know, I'm so excited.
I know.
Yeah, some of the movies. I mean, they just showed trailers, not like we're premiering this hot new movie. I mean, they've pretty much already got it because of, with the writer's strike. We don't know how many Christmas movies were affected.
That's true.
I
would assume most of them because they tend to shoot them towards late summer.
Yeah, Outlaw Geek is saying they're in Greece, British Columbia. Actually, in this case, no. It's one of those location films. They're in Greece, so
I think they're in Greece.
I mean, there's
if
no
there's
mistaking.
a bunch of cats everywhere, then they should be in Greece because that's what you said, Ben. When you go to Athens, there's just thousands and thousands of cats everywhere.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, we haven't had a luxury, even though we lived by a Greek neighbors for 11 years or 10. a lot of time, and still haven't gone to Greece yet.
Mark says he asked ChatGPT to give 200 character or less synopsis that would fit most Hallmark Channel movies. Claire leaves her city life behind for... let's get this up. Claire leaves her city life behind for Evergreen Hills. She meets Ryan, finds love, and embraces small-town values. Together, they overcome obstacles to protect their newfound happiness.
That's basically a Hallmark movie.
It sounds like a Hallmark film.
Yep, I think so. Okay. Oh, you know what? We're going to take a quick break. We'll do a little cleanup here, but we'll be right back. You're watching PTV Live.
We use the Friendly TV app to watch Hallmark. And now we can watch Lifetime, History, A&E, and more. There are over 30 channels from which to choose. We can even add Hallmark movies now to our subscription. Plans start at just $6.99 a month with no commitments. Download the Friendly TV app today at try.friendlytv.com.
You're watching PTV.
And I was sorely disappointed.
I downloaded 15 Dole recipes from the Dole website. I hated the movie. It was horrible. The place location, we gave it, what, 1 or 2?
We gave
1 crown or 2 crowns? We're oscillating back and forth.
Okay, we gave the movie at least 1 crown for
The Maldives.
The Maldives,
I mean, it was
because of the
pretty.
location. And then we gave 1 crown for there was a co-star in there. There was a...
Yeah, the horny widow. Yeah, the woman that after 5 years, she lost her husband. She put on her vision board to go to the Maldives. So she was a good character. I liked her. She was just traveling single, you know. So.
But I'll tell you, the
place
scenery,
is beautiful.
Some of the technology that they've put into the islands to have underwater bedrooms.
Would you guys stay in their room? The bed, the red underwater where fishies are all around you all the time.
No.
I think I would try it.
I'd be too anxious being underwater.
I'd be paranoid.
Yeah.
I'm
the kind that I would look at that and I'd go, oh, that's nice. And then I'd walk around and go up above water level simply because I would be afraid that it would, either shatter or leak. No.
I would totally do it because it's just you're in it and the fish are just staring at you and so you can.
I don't want fish seeing me naked.
I see. That's what I would want to do. Put on a show. I would go up there and say, "Look."
I don't think
I wouldn't hide my shame.
I don't think the fish would care.
I don't think they would care.
But I would.
Okay, there's a story behind why I picked that particular scene. At Sherry's retirement party, we had a couple of villagers watch our show regularly, and he took me aside and says, "Arnie, if you ever do a throwback, you've got to show this one clip of where Sherry talked about not wanting to dress in front of fish or being naked in front of fish. You gotta include that one." So Phil, thank you so much for that one.
Yeah,
really appreciate that. And
it was only 2 months ago, but oh my gosh, that was funny.
I mean, just laying there and they're very calming. Fish are very calming.
Well, the thing is that another reason why that was a nice little segue for going into our next segment about more crap delivery because it involves them. So. So our friends came to the retirement party, and the first thing that Carolyn, she said she was walked in.
Very funny. She walked in the door. She goes, "Here, I have more crap for you."
So she had this bag, and it's got a couple little things in it. It's really cute. They're all Disney themed.
Of course it is.
In this one, this is a silicone mold where we can make either chocolate candies or we can do some ice cubes or something.
It's cool.
And then this one is really cute.
It's like people think of us. This is a little wooden spoon that has little mouse heads on it. I mean, it's a little wooden spoon.
But I was just so amused by the fact that she came in and says,
I can't even see what it was on.
"We have more crap for you."
Oh, Daiso. Copyright Disney with 3 mouse heads.
It all came from the Daiso shop. We love going to Daiso. You never know what you're going to find there.
That spoon reminds me of a Disney movie. and I have to share my experience with you from today. Tom and I were grocery shopping, and I jumped about 6 feet because Remy was shopping at the same store I was shopping at.
God, do you go shop in the hood or something?
San Leandro.
It was in San Leandro.
It's not a disgusting town. I mean,
No, it was a Food Max next to Joanne Fabric.
It was a rat that went from underneath one set of shelves across the aisle to the other one, and I jumped about 6 feet, and Tom had the nerve to laugh at me.
I would too.
I was like this on him the rest of the time in the store.
Did you tattletale and say this place is filthy?
I made sure that I stayed in the middle of the aisle, and if I needed something from one of the shelves, I made Tom go get it because I said I don't want anybody nipping at my toes because I had sandals on. But yeah, I had to call Arnie and tell him, yeah, Remy was shopping at the same store I was.
But did you tattletale? Did you say there's a rat in your store?
No, I didn't.
I'm sure any of the cashiers that are at the front of the store would say, what else is new? I'm sure they're all aware of the vermin in the store.
Oh, God, that'd be the first thing to do. First of all, I would run around with pictures or my camera. Then I'd go up to him, and then I would put it on the TikTok, and then I would call the health department and shut the place down. I need a drink.
Remy moved too fast. You would not have been able to have gotten your phone out and taken a picture.
Were you in the cheese aisle? Did you know mouse actually do not like cheese?
No, what aisle were we in?
Yeah, what aisle? So you're not telling us the content. We were on aisle 13 with the peanut butter.
No, it was canned foods. Because I was getting canned
foods.
Well, he was just going through.
I'm still laughing at Doug calling it the TikTok.
I don't know how it works. I just fling it up.
Oh, I tell you,
I would tell them the health department. I would make a scene.
I was watching every step I took after that.
And you never tattled.
So, Gene's asking if we have any more, if we have flashbacks of more crap delivery. I'm sure we can find something.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been doing more crap delivery for a couple of years, so I'm sure that one of those episodes has a great flashback moment. So,
well, more crap. Well, is this stuff we bought? I mean, there was the estate sale. That's a whole different story. Hopefully, I'll have more crap from that.
Yeah,
with the beautifully offensive pictures from Drinks of Hawaii.
Yeah, that was just one thing that he got this week at the estate sale. And believe me, if we could go back to that, because this is not the only weekend that they're going to do that estate sale. The guy said they have to do it for several weeks because they had a whole house full, and then there were storage units, several of them. So they're going to be bringing more to that estate sale.
Where was it?
In Martinez. So
that sounds like a fun trip, Ben.
I think so.
Our only source of warmth, Dare to Go Bear, Fairbanks, Alaska.
Oh, what people are saying about the book.
Yeah, may a flock of wild mayhem birds fly slower over your Mai Tai. Don Ho. Who turned on Don Ho? Fully 86.0491% of those questions between the age of 12 and 13 will wait to see the movie, The Galloping Pole.
So, the movie's not called The Galloping Pole. That's who wrote the article.
Have a ball on your next trip, Pan Am. Reservations, 955-9111. That's right.
But, yeah, so, it's a whole thing. That book is very, very thorough, actually. They talk about Amaretto, Aquavit.
Oh my God, PD's favorite spots. Who's PD?
Paul Dick, the author of the book.
Oh, Paul Dick, yes. I wonder if these places are still there. I thought it was a little character. Is that a little character Paul Dick?
Maybe it is.
Well, it kind of looks like one. Okay.
The ants would love that, but they would love the liqueur that I took to Arnie even more so.
We're very grateful, thank you, but I thought it was...
I will be making...
I would have to think about it.
I will make...
The only reason I got it was because I saw it on Chopped, and they had to use it in an appetizer round.
With anchovies?
No, it was
Sardines?
no, it was what was it? It was beef tendon balls,
We had ball tip sliders for your.
stuffed jalapenos, culantro, and the rompope.
And culantro is related to cilantro.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the rompope is it's like a Mexican eggnog.
Yeah, it really is. It's very sweet.
It's
so
different.
We need to mix it with something that's going to temper that sweetness. So
Yeah.
we'll come up with a cocktail with that particular liqueur in it and share that with you. We're keeping it in the fridge because it has cream in it.
Did it say refrigerate after opening?
No, it didn't.
So more crap in the
But
refrigerator?
I felt it would be a good thing to keep there.
Yay.
I didn't want it to spoil. Anyway, that was oh my God, so
Got the burps.
well, it's time for a taste of Canada. This week, thank you, Scott. Thank you, Rona, for the Taste of Canada
We did
samples.
open these.
These are open because we have to give some to Ben and Sherry as
Oh,
well.
that's why
We got
we-
one package of these. They are Maltesers or Maltesers. They're chocolate malt bowls, actually. And usually we look at the aisle and we got Whoppers in America. But these are made by Mars of Canada.
Wanda, that's a good idea. Wanda
Oh.
wants to, when we're going to do a taste of Puerto Rico.
Right. There are some books.
She says Ben doesn't look thrilled, but these are malt balls. Let's go ahead and get one. Now, you have a history with malt balls in your family, right?
So the Whoppers that come in the milk carton.
Oh, these are better than Whoppers.
We grew up with a Shih Tzu, a black and white Shih Tzu dog she was from Show Dog. It was our only pet we ever had. Her name was Sheba. And you're not supposed to give chocolate to dogs. Well, guess what? In the 80s, we called it Sheba candy because that's what her name was, Sheba. And we gave her these chocolate Whoppers all the time. She lived until she was 15. So dogs can't have chocolate. That's a lion, you know what? Because we gave our dog tons of chocolate.
It just depends. Anyway,
But
these.
Sheba lasts forever. We call it Sheba candy.
What did you think? Did you like them?
They're delicious. They are
like
delicious.
them.
They're actually amazing.
And I'm not a fan of malt.
I'm not a fan of malt either, but you really don't taste them.
These are really
Oh, they taste like Sheba candy.
I think they're better than Whoppers.
They are way better.
It's chocolate with a crunchy center.
Grapes.
Yeah, they're really good.
Robin says that the ants are waiting for you at the door.
Mm,
Oh, I know they are. I'm going to tell you about Saturday night.
Oh,
The fly from the party was still in the house. I killed that. I was trying to find the fly swatter, and there was a cockroach that came from underneath our
oh,
refrigerator with a big piece of food that the kids left on it, and it was running across to it, so I had to run around the island. I smashed the cockroach with his flip-flop. Then when I was all done and I went potty, Airwig decided to walk around in the water closet of my bathroom. I was done clean. Oh, this one's not good. So all I did was kill bugs all Saturday night. I was super pissed.
the roach actually died when you swatted it?
It's not really a roach. It's
it was a beetle.
we have these weird beetles. They're like a roach, but they're not. But the sucker had a big piece of food. And it was just scurrying across. Right when I turned the light, it went from the refrigerator to the island, and I had to chase it around. I squawked, I picked him up, and I'm like, this is it, we're going to spray.
Roaches don't die that easily.
No, I just go snap with it. You can swat it. It's a weird beetle.
Hawaii, I know. We
But
had
they
kamikaze.
haul ass. I
We
mean,
had
it was
kamikaze
crawling all over the island.
We had kamikaze roaches that were this big.
This was a normal inch.
They
And then
would-
the earwig. I'm like,
sitting on
what
the
is this?
couch. We'd be sitting on the couch and they'd just come flying at you.
No, I just scurry around.
One night it came at me and I swatted at it. And the apartment we had this wooden lattice above sliding doors that went into the bedroom in Hawaii. And it would the doors, the sliding doors were like Japanese paper on the doors with this wooden lattice above. That sucker, when I tried getting him, flew into the bedroom through the wooden lattice. Do you think I could sleep that night?
Oh, it's kind of like the big giant spider at the toilet in the South Pacific with Ben and Arnie. If I had $1 for every time I heard that story, I'd be very rich.
When did this become an entomology hour?
That was my Saturday night. But killed the fly.
I like what
killed
Benji says. Vacuum cleaners make great fly catchers.
Yes. Well, this one was constantly tinking in my little lampshade. So finally it flew out and I just whacked it. I couldn't find it, but it was over on the carpet.
Mark said it. A cockamouse from How I Met Your Mother.
So, yeah.
That's a good show. Oh, goodness. Well, anyway, to get back to the Taste of Canada, those Whopper things.
Sheba candies. They're very...
Maltballs, definitely.
That one I had was really gross.
Yeah,
they're great.
No, I like these, definitely. And, Sherry, for the record, a serving size is 18 pieces, and in that, it has 24 carbs in 18 pieces. So,
Well, she didn't have 18 pieces here.
no.
How can you eat that many? I can have one, maybe two M&Ms.
I had 2, I think. That was it.
And then I had one that was really chewy and it was
But
really
the
gross.
2 satisfied.
I start with M&M's, Doug, and it's all over.
No, I literally have one M&M. Sometimes I'll have 2. I have these M&Ms since Valentine's Day by our little chair. I just take one out. That's all I can eat. And yes, I can have one chip.
Yeah,
I'm not that person.
I'm not either.
And I
You
usually
open up a
4
bag of
o'clock.
chips and half of it is gone just by looking at it.
4 o'clock, we have our snack. I have a stick of string cheese and 4 Triscuits. I'm getting old. I have to have my 4 o'clock snack.
Are you getting older or are you going backwards?
Regressing?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, it's probably both.
The 4 o'clock snack, that sounds like a kid to me.
Yep.
Well, generally,
For
I
your dinner at 6?
schedule it's just like, 4 o'clock, I'll have my string cheese and 4 Triscuits. With a hint of sea salt.
Yeah, a hint. Well, let's
I
go.
don't like things really salty.
Why don't we go ahead and just take another quick break? We'll be right back. You're watching PTV Live. If this goes.
You're gonna make it after all.
The 407 Original Brand Apparel celebrates Orlando's famous area code as an affordable casual line of clothing that allows you to say you love Orlando without saying you love Orlando. Shop my online store for men and women's 407 Original Brand Apparel today, where American Express is warmly welcomed.
I'm working on it, Paul.
I like it. Vegas looks real. I'm sorry. Are you talking about me?
He's asking if we're going to have the medical segment. I'm working on it.
Yeah,
No,
actually.
she was talking. She was referring to Sherry's comment in the chat.
No, hi,
She
my
said,
sweet.
"Hi, my sweet girl."
Yeah. Definitely. So anyway, this is a particular thing here. This is one of those magic keepsake ornaments they started doing in the early mid 90s. This is one that you could actually record a personal message, and you could leave that message on the tree. Press a button, someone could play it anytime during the season. Pretty cute. 1993. Did you ever get a magic ornament, Ben, like that, where it recorded a message? Because I don't think I have one in my collection.
I never did either.
I can't recall. I don't think I've ever purchased one.
Shocking. We don't have. I didn't look for it in eBay, so that's a good thing.
I do know it's available for about $15-20 on eBay. So
Oh, you did look?
yeah.
Oh, I did.
Yeah,
So I didn't dare look at it.
If you want to pick this up, it is still available secondhand. Yeah, so that is a possibility. So anyway, we can go ahead and do the. I'll turn off all of these because these are the things that we talked about the last time that we did. So this happened, but the thing is that you do have a health segment thing. Because
but I need to write it up.
You need to write it up?
Yeah, I got to find the person, and
okay,
I have to get my thoughts together because...
But Paul asked, mentioned that the only thing that we need tonight is a medical segment. It is coming. We have a health break coming. But
heaven help us all.
Yeah.
No, this is definitely going to be helpful for a lot of people.
Yeah, definitely. So, look, Sherry... There's another one from Pam's fam. Happy retirement, Sherry.
But I did look for the Mennonite book on eBay, Ben. I found it. Did buy
Which book? The what?
The Mennonite cookbook that
I
sent you, as we all call it, the Farm Witches.
The Farm Witches.
Yes.
I'm sure they'll have those little peanut butter thingies in it.
Yeah.
Schitt's Creek references, people watch the show.
Well, why don't we go ahead? Sherry, you've been working there to be prepared, so let's go ahead and let's do a little craft time. Megan asking a question. Are we taking shots every time someone wishes mom a happy retirement? No, because if that was the case...
I'd be out on the floor already.
Yeah, he's sickly, so...
Yes, I've been just sipping.
We're having nursing on this.
Yeah. And that is
or suckling, or whatever you want to call it.
Megan, is the drink that I made on Saturday the Kaliki Kai from that book that has all the offensive stuff in it. So,
yes,
Sherry, why did you give us a little sample of what you're talking about here for crafting tonight?
Well, I'm getting ready for the patriotic season, which, as we all know, started the end of May. So I'm going to do a couple. Well, there's actually 3 things I'm going to do, but they're going to go really quickly because a lot of it I prepped ahead of time. So I took 2 wooden blocks. I painted one blue and then one in this vintage white, and then I put painter's tape on it and I striped it. Yeah, I striped it. And then I got a little wooden star and I painted it white.
Ben, can we have more participation, please?
And I just painted it white. And then I'm just putting it here. And this is just very simple decoration you can do for, whoops. Yeah, I'm not using hot glue, so it's not setting right away. But that's what it looks like, just with red, white, and blue paint.
Oh, that's cute.
One giant star.
Yeah, one giant star, and then the stripes, and it looks like a flag. So I'm going to set that aside to dry. Otherwise, it's going to slide all over the place.
You know what? Outlaw Geek is right. It does look a little like a Puerto Rican flag, actually.
It does, yeah. And then I took 3 Jenga blocks. I painted 2 of them blue and 1 white.
Red.
I mean, thank you, red. I'm
colorblind.
No, I think that's the sangria talking.
It's a sangria talking. And then I bought one of these little wooden like cutting boards. It's 5x7 total, but I think I got them at the Dollar Tree, actually. And it just looks like this.
It needs like
Some sort of random,
It's just pine.
yeah,
And so I painted this one white.
but it's in the shape of one of those pizza things that you slide into
Well, it's
the
like
oven.
a cutting board. And then
Potato.
and then what I did was
There's your participation, Wanda.
I took just a paintbrush that I had and a glitter pipe cleaner, and I just wrapped it around.
I would say sparkly pipe cleaner. It's not necessarily glitter.
Sparkly, yeah. And then I just wrapped it around so it's kind of like a curly Q. And what I did was I nailed a hole in the top of each of these blocks, and I'm going to put a little bit of glue here. And then I'd already cut this one down, and you just push it down into the little hole in the bottom. And then I did 2 red for the blue blocks. And what they're supposed to look like is firecrackers.
Oh, much more potable.
Doug added a
Oh, I had to add some bitters to this drink. I could not drink it anymore.
So he added cherry bitters and orange bitters to the drink.
Mark,
And
there's
then-
no way you could stop Sherry from crafting. Her retirement will only spurn more. I thought my house looked like a Hobby Lobby right now. It's going to get even more exponential.
No, it's not.
Time to do videos.
Hey Ben, look. Rob
Yeah,
Farr's
I'm hoping.
here.
I'm hoping. Hi, Rob. I am hoping that now that I'm retired, I will be able to do a few videos.
Yeah, it doesn't. Actually, I was going to think about it, but I'm like,
Pepper tree. So what I'm doing is I'm just gluing these down to the white cutting board that I painted.
So you're stacking that.
I'm stacking them. So it looks like this.
Oh, they look like little firecrackers.
Yeah.
That's the idea.
And then I'm just going to take a piece of ribbon.
oh,
More
shit.
ribbon. More ribbon. And what are you doing with the ribbon?
I'm going to tie it into a bow.
He's making a bow. Should have had Ben make the
Do I want to do it that? I'm trying to figure out which way I want to do it.
You're asking me?
Let's try it this way and see. Because
She's asking me how I want to do a bow.
No, I'm not asking you how I want to do a bow. I'm just figuring out whether I want to do it around the neck of this, or if I just want to
Glue it. Create the bow and glue it to the
Yeah.
top.
You
Make
think
that solid black. It looks like Colonel Sanders. Hey,
Sandwich for dinner.
not from Colonel Sanders. It was just
No, from the Costco.
So I made the bow. I'm going to glue it down in place.
yeah.
And then I'll just trim the tails so they don't get really long and out of hand.
Wanda says this would have been more fun if Ben got burned with the glue gun. Well, there's always next week.
Don't give her any ideas, Wanda.
So this is what it'll look like when it's done.
You see, that's very cute.
And then the other thing I did, and I'm going to show you how to do this, is I got a wooden disc from
Dollar Tree?
Dollar Tree, and I painted it white. And then what I'm going to do is I took one of these tiles from Dollar Tree.
Oh yeah.
And
We do. By the way, Sherry, we do have more of those for your
Yeah.
supply.
Oh, okay. And
You
cut
can
out,
keep those there.
Oh no.
I cut out 3 stars. I just had a star template and I just traced it with a Sharpie, and then I cut them out. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint 2 red and 1 blue. But what you do with this, because it's raised, you don't want to paint the whole thing because they look kind of funky when you paint the whole thing.
So we're getting a question here: are fireworks legal to purchase or firecrackers legal to purchase in California?
Firecrackers, no.
No, they're not.
There
safe.
there are some counties that will allow us to do what they call safe and sane. So what I did was I put some paint on this.
That's Safe and Sane fireworks, not firecrackers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I did was I'm using more of what's called a dry brush technique.
Ben, put the camera down. Nobody can see it. I need to see.
Okay.
There we go.
So what I did was I just brushed it so that it looks very
Antiqued.
Yeah. So I'm doing 2 like that. And like I said, the best. Shut up, Siri. What I do is I'll get a little paint on it and then I'll brush it on a paper towel or a napkin just so that you don't get a lot of paint on it.
So it doesn't just gob on.
Yeah. This is called a dry brush technique. So there's the second blue one. And now I'm going to do a red one.
Now, what kind of paint is this? Just normal acrylic?
Acrylic paint, water-based acrylic paint.
Not the wet one. Don't ever push the wet one.
Let me see if I can do it with.
Mara's right. Those do look like little Dutch blue thingies.
Yeah, they do because of the flowers.
Yeah, it's that whole blue Delft thing.
Oh, I do have the other brush here. Okay, I don't have to worry about paints mixing.
Okay. Okay, so she's getting just a hint of paint on the brush. So she can just highlight the tops of the pattern.
And anything else that I've done this with stars, I've done it with Christmas trees. In fact, we'll be doing a Christmas tree for one of the Christmas sessions. But it just gives it some depth. They're just not plain. And then get those out of the way. I don't want to get any paint on my white board. So then what I'll do is I'll take the white painted board and I'm going to take some double-sided tape.
Okay.
Put it on the back.
And then you just you'd adhere the stars to the white shield?
Yeah, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure these get placed where I want them. So like that.
Uh-huh.
Press it down. Get the other one done.
This is stimulating tonight.
Yeah.
Snooze fest.
Well, I didn't want you guys to have to do all of this too.
Thank you. That's
It would
very.
have it would have taken you forever.
It would have taken me forever.
KMN. KMN.
So,
And then this one will go like this.
uh-huh.
You just don't want it flat. You just don't want it flat. Then this one
I
is
agree.
going to get 2 layers of the tape, one on top of the other. So it stands out a little bit more
Okay.
than the blue. So the blue only had 1 piece. This one is going to have 2.
Wouldn't it be easier if you just put the strip down on to start and
No.
then pull the tape?
Oh, well, you could, I suppose.
Why said you're fired, Ben?
What did I do?
You're not helping. But Outlaw Geek has a point. You probably shouldn't be using sharp objects. So
I try not to.
He's hopeless.
I'm better with a computer keyboard than I am with a pair of scissors.
I think I'm going to put 3 on it.
All right. She's going to put 3.
Paul, I love how Sherry looks at Ben like he's really listening.
He's used to me.
Ben has other things better to do.
And then the red one is going to go right between the blue ones and up just a tad. And then what I will do is I'll make a bow. When, believe it or not, I don't have any of my patriotic ribbon here. It all went to storage.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh,
So I've got to pull some out, and I'll make a bow and put it on the bottom. Right
we
here.
we currently have a situation where we had to get a storage unit to house everything that we were able to salvage from the garage.
Yep.
And things we intend to put in the garage, namely Sherry's seasonal crafting things that she doesn't have to access all the time.
Yeah, so it's...
In the meantime, we have to get contractors out here once we receive the insurance check, which came already. Let me put this up. The insurance check already arrived, but it came with...
made out too.
Yeah, it came made out to me and the mortgage lender that has the mortgage on our house, which meant that I had to forward the check to the lender so that they could endorse it. Then they can forward it back to me so I can sign it as well and
Then it can be
deposit it in the
deposited.
bank.
Crazy.
The reason it happened that way is because my insurance company has this policy that if a check hits a certain threshold, anything above that threshold, you have to endorse with 2 parties.
You're
Go.
taking it, Sherry?
What?
You're taking it apart?
Well, it was bugging me.
She wants to space it differently.
Oh,
It wasn't quite even.
but when you get those all in place, you then put a ribbon on it on the
I'm
bottom.
going to put a bow on it. Yes.
The bottom.
On the bottom, yes.
Okay.
Or I may do something with Cricut, USA or something like that.
Or
Go Merca.
Go Merca.
No, but that's what that is.
Actually, that's very cute. It's very cute. Well, thank you, Sherry.
You do a lot with stars. You could buy tons of stars things that are like
There's
Christmas
the,
time, and you could
there's
use them for patriotic.
and then here's a flag.
Merca.
Merca.
Thanks, Mark. Well, thank you, Sherry.
So those are just little things you guys can do yourselves. I mean,
think
Ben
we
could
are-
even do it. Ben could even do this.
Well, Ben, speaking of Ben, life with Ben this week. What's going on?
I was going to do something in line with Sherry's retirement party, but it was too loud and there were too many people and there were children in the background running around all the time. So I opted to do the aftermath of the retirement party, and you get to see where Arnie, Doug, and I went out, took ourselves to dinner, and just had a nice little evening post-retirement party.
I have to say, our friends were very generous because the kids, when they sent out the invitations, they said gifts weren't required, but if they felt so led to give me Disney gift cards for a trip that I'm taking to Disneyland in November, after the week after Thanksgiving. Tom and I decided to take all our kids and grandkids down to Disneyland. And so I got some of that. The other thing too, Arnie, I don't know if I told you this, but I received like $48 in Starbucks gift cards from parents at school for the end of the year in retirement. Well, then I got another $40 gift card yesterday from one of our uncles for retirement to Starbucks. And I was talking to Megan. I'm going, what in the world am I going to do with $80 worth of Starbucks money? Because I don't go there that often. I was thinking of buying coffee beans or another, mug or something like this.
Decorations.
Megan said, Mom, save it for Disneyland because then the kids you can get the kids their treats. And I thought, that's brilliant. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to get some of the ornaments if they're different.
They probably are. Depends.
I hope they have a 100-year celebration one.
I believe they do.
Just like I hope that they have
the Starbucks bucks pays for the Disney merchandise.
I can buy in the Starbucks store at Disneyland, in the marketplace, and one other place with Starbucks gift cards or the app.
Yeah. Or you could just buy everybody coffee. Say, here's a card. You go get your.
Yeah. It's all on my app now. Because I don't want to carry the cards around, so I just downloaded it to the app.
Makes sense. Now you can get 4 drinks.
Yeah, I was pretty excited about that.
Well, that's great. Okay. Well, Ben, I'm looking forward to seeing the video of the aftermath.
I'm not. I'm the one who had to deal with it.
Bugs and all.
Yeah.
Oh, no, this is another thing.
But you'll see it in the video, I'm sure. You did include it, didn't you, Ben?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I thought so. All right. Well, everyone, thank you so much for joining us tonight. And again, Sherry, congratulations. Happy retirement.
Glad you had fun.
Yeah.
I did. I had a lot of fun Saturday.
Wonderful. Well, the Moment of Groovy includes some of the stuff from Saturday. You'll see a little bit of the aftermath. You'll see during the party and even beforehand, too, of some of the things that we did.
Well, when you record people, you have to have them signed waivers and NDAs. So, and there was little ones around. So it's kind of tacky to record stuff like that when people don't want to be recorded. And plus, it's not about this. People were having a good time.
My little 1-year-old granddaughter became very friendly with me and her other grandma when it came to dessert time.
Oh, I bet so. I bet she did.
She saw me with my plate and she came toddling right over to me. Dad. Well, I thought she wanted one of the berries from the fruit tart because she loves raspberries. So I picked up the berry and she goes, no, Dad. And she pointed at the chocolate cake.
Of course, the chocolate cake. You'll see the chocolate cake in the Moment of Groovy. So why don't we go ahead and get you going on that. Everyone, thank you so much for being with us tonight. And to Gene for the super chat.
Thank you, Gene.
Thank you so much for that. We really appreciate that. I guess all we can do is say have a magical evening. Have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. I'm Arnie.
I'm Doug.
I'm Ben.
I'm Sherry. Thanks so much.
You've been watching PTV Live here on Pepper Tree Villa.
Farewell. Avita, say goodbye.
We'll be back next week, same time, 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific here on Pepper Tree Villa. In the meantime, everyone, it's time for your Moment of Groovy.
Night.
Good night.
Bye.